Copy, mate.
Oh, pardon me.
Thank you very much.
Might have one of them too.
Oh, no, do you hear what I hear then? Okay.
Papa?
Oh, absolutely. No, why is that?
What is it? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. He shall shine forth as the sun in the earth, and shall drive away all darkness from the world under heaven, and there shall be peace in all the earth. He shall be magnified in the world until his ascension. He shall shine forth as the sun in the earth, and shall drive away all darkness from the world under heaven, and there shall be peace in all the earth.
And he shall be magnified in the world until his ascension. He shall shine forth as the sun in the earth. The sun in the earth.
Yes, that's right.
And shall drive away all darkness from the world under heaven. And there shall be peace in all the earth. This is another one. This is the science. The research team, which includes nearly 40 physicists, reported that Milagro, positioned at an altitude of 8,600 feet in the Jemez Mountains, detected a signal along the galactic equator region and interpreted it as with arising from gamma rays from within. Now, next one. That's good. Right. Oh, I'll open. What number is that? That's 5, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. Alright.
Second, that's it.
No, that's the one that's just I printed that one. I had it with a small bit at the front because I didn't look at the capital.
Okay. Small E.
Be the same number, but opening file. It's the same one. So this one. Mm-hmm. So now it's different. I didn't save it like that. See the D-E-A-D.
Right.
I then changed it. We should have another one. I don't think I got to that.
Is this in your archives, is it?
I've saved them. Yeah, as I downloaded. And it was one of those ones I was having difficulty downloading.
Right.
So I thought, so that's why I've got this new one to where is it? Not there. Let's close that. Get rid of this. They're all gone. They're all gone. Close it. Oh, that's the number.
Right.
Sleep in heaven. Fracking? I was going to put more on there, I didn't. Just in case it's trying to replace an old one. Yeah. This is unbelievable.
Oh, I see. See if there's been any messages left.
What we're looking at here. That little mirror. We still got it?
Yep.
Let's see if I can capture something with that. The reason is that the screen capture doesn't work at the same time as this. I want to show you what it is.
I had it somewhere. Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah. The black round mirror that I
Oh, in that basket of stuff, is it?
I went up with the sister. What? Stick it in. No, I was using it for my lips. Oh, babe. What about the other one? The bigger one.
Yeah, get bigger.
I'll bring it.
What piece is that?
What do you think of music, eh? Is it beautiful? Now in the Dead Sea Scrolls, there's the book of Levi. Levi is the high priest. And it has been suppressed. I just found it. So I'm going to read what it is, and then we'll do a screen capture.
Where did you find it?
What I've been doing is I've had difficulty downloading anything. So I put the other downloader in there. But it gives you all this advertising crap that goes with it.
Mm.
So, let's see. Just telling the kids about this thing I found. Now, I never break a promise.
Well then, where's my pony?
Is that the way? Did I say that? Just put in there right now. Clock. Well, here's the bloody clock. Isn't it? Alright. Save that, because the time now is what?
Well, actually, it's 8:55. What's going on? Your computer is on the
My
right.
computer's out of hand. So it's 8:55
No,
now.
it's 8:55. Yeah.
You know what 8:55 is?
Yeah, of course. Sunrise to moonrise.
For Bethlehem, 17th of June 2 BC, and for Sydney, 11th of January 1944. Now,
Oh, you can't do the colon, babe.
8:55 is it? Now, this is what I'm going to read you from the Dead Sea Scrolls. So let's work it first. Now what they're doing is getting kids to play games online, to shoot people and get points, and get babies in particular to get more points. And this has been popping up beside what we've been doing. Okay, so now, let's get rid of that. Now here's our 35th layer. You see that? We turn the light off. Maybe not.
Off.
So what it's saying is a medium energy of 3.5 trillion electron volts, or 3500 times the mass energy of a proton. So if gamma rays cannot be, this is just one of the things I was saving, right? Detected until they hit an object, that would explain why our planet is getting, the observers claim to have detected these gamma rays, meaning they are hitting the Earth already, slowing his ascension, as written in the Testament of Livy 1118. And a new sun will shine from within the Earth. Will our planet get that hot? God will destroy the Earth with fire and brimstone, then he will rebuild a new Earth from the ashes. Could December 21, 2012 be the final day of judgment? Only time will tell. Why would our planet go through a pole shift, and what would cause it every 11 years or so? Our sun's magnetic field flips. Scientists are still wondering why it happened and how can the pole shift be predicted. Right, so let's get out of there for a minute. And like that. This is what your kids are seeing. And above that, that's demons behind it. The demons have a gun on them down here. It says war with Iran, very bad idea. Or terrible idea. No, we'll get rid of that. There it is again. Now I saved several paints, and So if you can see that. Written in the Dead Sea Scrolls, the testament of Levi, he's a high priest. God said, in the end, a new star will shine in heaven. It will bring forth the light of knowledge, and all evil will be driven from the planet forever. But there's a price. Where are we? Where's it open? See if you can see it. Is that one? No. What's that one? Now there's one there. Where are they going now?
These are all the Levi.
Okay. This is my one. Written in the Dead Sea Scrolls, the testament of Levi. God said, in the end, a new star will shine in heaven. It will bring forth the light of knowledge, and all evil will be driven from the planet forever. Now that one, this is Levi 1:1:18. He shall be magnified in the world until his ascension. He shall shine forth as the sun in the earth, and shall drive away all darkness from the world under heaven. And there shall be peace in all the earth. The research team, which included nearly 40 physicists, reported that Milagro, positioned at an altitude of 8,600 feet in the Jamaz Mountains, detected signal along the galactic equator region and interpreted as arising from gamma rays with, and it goes on of course, point being the 8,600 number is the dates when I was that age, when Tracy was conceived. I had a tired day today, and I was in a deep sleep twice, and I woke when my little sweetie came to wake me up, and I was dreaming about Tracy, and I told you.
Yeah.
What I want to tell you about Tracy, I've never felt such intense love as I did when I first saw her, and that was at 8:54 a.m. In Port Alberni.
On the date of her birth, which was?
That was when all the planets lined up in 2004, but the date was 1968, being May the 4th.
May the 4th, yeah.
He shall be magnified in the world until his ascension. Now, this of course can apply now, or it can apply to Jesus then, because this is written before. Right? But logically, he says, he shall shine forth as the sun in the earth, and shall drive away all darkness from the world under heaven. And there shall be peace in all the earth, meaning that it's an ascension now, because the only way that we will become, keep the camera right, we will become known throughout the world is to ascend. However, I can't change that. there you are over there. So, got some remarks there, Darling?
Well, he shall shine forth as the sun in the earth and shall drive away all darkness from the world under heaven. And well, obviously it's now because it hasn't been accomplished. The world
Still in darkness.
is still in darkness and still in war. He shall be magnified in the world until his ascension. Well, it means that you have to be magnified in the world until.
They're not going to ascend.
Then you can ascend.
Oh, piece of cake. That's why I've said
Then-
nothing all those years. Huh?
And then
That's why I
we.
piss everybody off.
And then we can ascend.
No, it has to be. Godhead.
Absolutely. You're not going anywhere without me, and I'm not going anywhere without you.
So I just was outside there, and
Well, that is
And that's
really
not
interesting, though. So, well, I was talking with John Lynch today, and
so if you're going to get rid of us, you're going to have to get the world perfect.
yeah,
before we
absolutely.
ascend.
You want to get rid of us? You want to, then the world has to be in total peace, all evil off the earth. So, it's up to you. I said to John, it's up to the children now.
I don't know whether we actually got this one up or not, but it's talking about my sister when she had lost her husband. He died of a massive heart attack, I think, or a stroke. But his family was notorious. He's come from about 11 children. They all died young. I think the only one remaining was Freddie. And 45 years of age, Ian, 17th of January, I think it was, or the 7th. He died at work. Naturally, a terrible shock. And my sister was naturally distraught. When I went to see her, I arranged all the funeral, everything like that. And 3 days after he died, he came back to see her. So on the third day, he rose from the dead. He walked into the room. He had the same shorts on and the same spot of blood, I think on his forehead. 3 days growth of stubble, and wearing his shorts, typical Aussie. And he leaned over and kissed my sister and said, "I'm sorry, love, I had to go." Then he got up, walked down and out the room, and was gone. Any idea what I was talking about?
No.
3 days.
3 days. Right. 3 days.
Well, now we're at the 3 days.
We're at the 3 days. Absolutely.
And that is now. It's
Resurrection.
happening now because it's what, 9/11.
9/11.
So in England at 9/11 at this
So
moment is
11/11.
the 23rd 11/11.
No, it's the 22nd there.
22nd.
It's the
tomorrow,
22nd.
isn't it?
Tomorrow's the 23rd for us.
Okay, I'll take it all back.
Well, let me just read to you what, because this confirms what I was saying to John. Find the conversation again.
So basically we won't leave until you get it right.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
And it's ruled with a rod of iron. But eventually we will go. I always like Superman. I had a Superman cake when I was a kid, Was to run around, fly around all over the place. Put lots of lights out. Was I no.
Okay, again, this is the conversation with John. Can we?
Put what on?
Yeah, turn the one off behind and put this one on here just to. Okay, that'll do.
That'll do?
That will do. Adam asked, he saw this in last night's upload, the Astra Award, and he said, was that a bottle of scotch on the table? What? Anyway, it turned out to be this. This is nudie coconut water, 100% pure tropical, with little coloured stones in it.
That's what you feed your newborn babies to get rid of all these terrible bloody
coconut water.
Vaccinations they give you.
All right.
Clean it all out.
Yeah, anyway, so no, it wasn't a bottle of scotch. Have you ever...
It's called boo in Fiji.
Yeah, boo, B-U. All right, skip that. Now, John, so this is the conversation. John says, I had a thought today, laugh out loud, and I go, just one? Laugh out loud. Then he says, what would God look like? Then I said, the Shroud of Turin. And now, bearing in mind, John, this will be news to you because I actually couldn't communicate it to you. What was happening was John was writing and then I was responding to it. But our posts were going, the posting of them were all out of sync. They were not following the thread. And it was only later I went back and found more answers there that he'd typed in that didn't come up for me at the time. Anyway, you probably expect, but anyway. Okay, he says, that this is where it's weird because what I saw first was your son. And I respond to that, him too. And then husband and son. And, I'll think about Adam. But he'd actually, before he said your son, he actually had, yes, father, son. Anyway, I'll just read through because it all leads. Then he says, we are all Yah. I said, yes, from the Father. He is the originator, origins of species. Well, you're looking at him. He is the originator of us all. He's the creator. In the beginning, there was the one. His thought. I came from his thought. And then he says, I love you guys so much. John says he created us no less than him as we create our children no less than us. And then I still didn't get that. I've gone on to, I said, on the earth where he has come to live amongst his creation, family. And of course you need a father and mother to create children, which confirms what he'd already written but I hadn't read. Son of God, then son of man. The place of rest is the earth. He had to have a way of getting here, like in the beginning when there was just him. As I thought, that's why, he was the babe in the womb, thinking, I want out, how am I going to get out of here? So he had to have a way of getting here. So his thought, the thought of the perfect mother and father, then it took off. The fizzy bottle opening the cap off. Once you have the thought, then he keeps calling it, the runaway, what's the bottle of beer, the fuzz that goes everywhere, it's escaped and it's become a runaway train, hasn't it, babe? Then John said, I asked a young man today what God would look like, and of course he said, I don't know. And then I think he said, I sent your son. I'm not sure what he... And that he must have meant I said your son. But I continue on. So down through time on the earth, the testing of man, the ones who are not made in his image, have been in control. As you know, his message has been, if you want to see God, go and look in the maternity ward window. You're looking at God. And then also, if you want to see a demon, take a look in the mirror. Demons are all man-made. He, as the comforter he promised he would send, was himself all grown up this time. He has to be rejected by all mankind to fulfill the prophecy. And then once all prophecy is fulfilled, it's game over. The people who make it through the angels
that we're talking, because the angels are the reapers, will wake up to him. All good. Everyone is forgiven. All have been deluded by the sons of the devil. The Jews who call themselves Jews and are not, and they are the ones that are not forgiven. The prophecy of the pyramid finishes on his 69th birthday, which is the 70th week of Daniel, is his lifetime of 69 Gregorian years, or 70 Hebrew years, because of the days. There's 360 days in a Hebrew year, 365.2424 in a Gregorian year. So the mission of the Comforter is to explain all things to man who has forgotten who he is. If you are told you are God, if you grow up with the knowledge that you are God, your mind kicks into being responsible and behaving like God and not the devil. And then John says, I had the greatest laughter I've ever had today when I realized that we are God. And then he says, but I already knew it. I said, it's time for awakened man. This is where it leads to what Yah was talking about. It's time for awakened man to take over the rising of the righteousness of God in man, to take over. And then he goes, laugh out loud, yes ma'am. Sounds like Adam. Yes ma'am. I said, all things that offend have to be overturned. And then John says, sometimes it pays to listen to your father. I said, definitely. And he has the last say and rules with a rod of iron, in order to protect his future children from experiencing the evil that the generations before them allowed to reign. It's all about protecting our children. And as a mother, I can put it very simply, and I've got in quotation marks, all capital, there will be no bad attitude, behavior, or disrespect allowed in my home. And the earth is our temple. Then John says, and again, this didn't come through until after I was finished, he says, I commend Father, you, job well done. And then I'm continuing in the same vein, capital letters, nothing will be allowed into my home that I find offensive. If my child cannot watch or listen, then no way, Jose. So what are we talking about? We are talking about Hollywood, run by the Jews who call themselves Jews and are not. They are the offense to all of the world. They are the abomination that makes desolate. And they have made desolate all of the West. So, what's it all about, Alfie? The children must be safe from all that is offensive and be allowed to grow up and remain innocent. And then John says, Yah told me that in my second dream. And I go, well, he gets it from me. Laugh out loud. And then I said I raised Adam and his three sisters that way. And I did. I had a hard time preventing, their fathers from bringing things into the home that offended me. And I'm talking about movies that were violent, these action drama movies, sometimes 5 or 6 at night time. Got to be kidding. Bring into the home. That was until he stopped drinking. Actually, he'd go somewhere and be out for hours drinking and then come home with these movies and stuff. And Adam can testify. I'd be out like a light, but it literally offended me. And what I was trying to do was to protect the children, because they knew from a very young ages. I mean, they knew about Santa Claus when Ali and Aaron were 3 and 4, because they asked me. They came to me knowing that I would tell them the truth. They said, Mum, please tell us the truth. We want to know the truth about Santa Claus. So what am I going to do? I told them the truth. Hello. Well, did I get into trouble for that all of my married life? I was accused of destroying this, that and the other, and oh my God, it went on and on and on. Children appreciate the truth. They do not like fairy stories being led to believe that they are real. Give them credit. They are adults in small children's bodies. They are mature souls, and they need the truth so that they can grow up discerning truth from fiction. So anyway, my children appreciated the truth. Didn't stop us celebrating Christmas. I mean, they knew what it was all about, that Santa, you know, they knew what it was all about, but then just enjoyed joining in the spirit the spirit of Christmas amongst friends and family, and that giving that my children certainly always had anyway. And because we had so very little most of the time, which was all good, because they appreciated the Christmases that that were in abundance. And then the Christmas, there was one Christmas there when we were living in Richmond where they did not get a single present from us because we could not afford it. However, Ali had started working, and she helped the four of them buy us each a gift and gift towards their friends and things like that. And that meant more to them, and us of course, than any other Christmas that had been in abundance. See, I grew up where we had very little, with the necessities of life. And Christmas was always, you know, just two, the present from Mum and Dad, and then the present from Santa, which would be some small thing, because my father worked really hard.
What do you mean there's no Santa?
Sorry, babe. So that's what it's all about. It's about...
Seriously?
Honey, you can be Santa if you like. I'm dreaming up a while. We'll do that one day. So anyway, that's what it was all about. Now, I write down, now nothing that will offend, because it's all about protecting the children. And also, that goes with food, water. Not only is it Hollywood regarding movies, but we're talking about these video games. Not a single video game. No child needs to be sitting in front of a computer for hours at a time playing anything. Back outside after the air has been purified again, and well-organised children's games, playing with Mum and Dad, because Dad won't be having to work his butt up to support them, neither will Mum. Everybody will...
You're recording this, by the way?
Oh, it's on here, isn't it? No, I haven't got it in here, I can't...
Screen capture.
Well,
yes, it was 9:22 on the 12th of 22nd, 2012. It's 11 minutes past the crossing over.
Oh, right. And one day. 11 minutes in one day. Today's the 22nd, it's not the 23rd. Why is the date? Why is that
I
date?
don't change it at all.
I know. Well, okay, it's showing the 23rd.
It does it all the time.
Oh.
You see me change it back 10 times.
Yeah, look, on mine it's 9:23, I'm still on the 22nd, which is the correct time. Oh, anyway, so I'll keep going. So we're talking about things that don't affect. That includes food, diet. Now, Adam was diagnosed... Vaccinations, all of that.
Propaganda.
Gone. History. The world will be released into having the knowledge where you can look after yourself and your family without doctors, and, doctors are there just for stitching people up after, accidents, things like that. That's it. So food.
Be educated, huh?
Yeah, so everybody needs re-education. All families can be educated to look after themselves, and doctors re-educated so that they become nutritionists and be trained holistically. That's
all David Rockefeller.
Yeah. Anyway, so because Adam was a diabetic from 9, and I blamed his father, who used to bring, again, something I never enjoyed as a child, because we simply couldn't afford it. We had milk, water, and good solid food. That was it. There were no sweets or sugar, which of course turns the body into an acid dump. And then, so we go to North America, and every household in that soda pop, is that what you call it? Soda? Whatever. Full of sugar. It kills you. And so, the children's father would bring it home night after night, and I'd say to him, don't bring it home. If it's not in the house, they can't have it. And then, after Adam was diagnosed with diabetes, now the doctors will say, oh, it's got nothing to do with the sugar. It does. They lie. They just do not know. body is full of acid when it's drinking down this sugar, creates an environment where you have a genetic predisposition to it, which is what Adam did. It ran in the family, the fourth child. So Adam could have gone for years and years, plus a trauma. So anyway, and so these things, children need to be protected from.
Let's get back to Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah, sorry, but, well, you know, you can hang out for him in another 3 nights and see if he turns up, you know. All right, so that was all part of it. So, yeah, we covered vaccines and food and nothing to offend the eyes, the ear, no, coming out of the mouth, all of this thing, nothing to offend.
Fuck that.
And then, yeah, so that's what we were talking about. It's all about what will not be allowed. Oh, here we go. I said, thank you for the accolades for Yah, we love you too. I said he deserves a lot of rest and peace while his children take over the running of his creation the way it should be. That is the Sabbath of God, or the rest of God, when his children can run the family business without him coming down off his mountain. Where he has all of the toys that he can play with, like helicopters and planes and things, the fruit of his children's inventions. He wants to rest and have the children come to visit with the grandchildren and be there for counsel when needed. And then I just, you know, I said, on the other hand, want to be visiting the nations and making sure they have everything that they need. But Yah says the nations will come to us. It's all good. So that's what it's all about. It's exactly what Yah said. When the world is running right, when the children of God rise up, overturn what has been allowed to go on, knowing that you are the sons and daughters of God, that you are God in the flesh. Right? You're not the I am. The I am is this dude, but you are the all from the two of us. So once you guys kick into there, then yeah. Hello? So it depends on you how long you have us around. Because I tell you, he's not going anywhere without me.
Now he shall be magnified in the world until his ascension. He shall shine forth as the sun in the earth, and shall drive away all darkness from the world under heaven, and there shall be peace in all the earth. They got 1,000 years to get it right.
Mm.
So on a big boat, take about 4,000 or 5,000 people.
Yes.
Got my name written on the side of it.
Yeah.
What colour do you want?
Pink. Just kidding. No, well, yeah, we want a big boat because we want to be able to cruise and pick people up all around the world and treat them all to some fun, healing, restoration, plans and purposes for the nations and counsel, right? And it really is do it Yahweh's way.
There's no choice in the matter.
No, that's ruling with a rod of iron.
Not an election.
Yeah. Yeah. So you do what he says and all is good. He has the veto. If he says no, it's no. No argument. That's it. Right?
Right.
Okay. Right, said Fred. Oh, and of course the Persians rebuild the temple for all
Russia's
of
got
the
to go
nations.
in and occupy Jerusalem.
Yeah. For all of the nations.
Just put my name on the badge and Asher on the other side.
Free pass. There's no fee for admission.
The unpronounceable God's coming.
The unpronounceable Blugum. Blugum from Tugum. Okay, is that it? That's it? So we'll talk to you later, guys.
Well, you got the 111 and the 18.
Yes.
You should be able to dig that up on the internet somewhere.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
Levi, just type in Levi
Levi.
111
Yeah.
-18.
Did you do the gematria on it at all?
No, I haven't done
Oh, okay. All right.
Sleeping. Okay, punch and Levis. Did you get anything there?
Oh, I've gone out of it. I've gone.
Yeah, you're in the Bible, isn't it?
Oh.
Go there first. If there's Levi in.
Should be lots. Oh.
And Levi was he the father of...
Yeah, Simon Peter, wasn't it? Levi. 69 references. What? Which one do you want to go to? The last one?
Whatever. Yeah, why not?
Okay. Revelation 7:7. Of the tribe of Simeon were sealed 12,000. Of course. Of the tribe of Levi were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Issachar were sealed 12,000. Zebulun, 12,000. Joseph was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Benjamin were sealed 12,000. So we're talking about the 144,000. That's the last one. Anywhere else?
Just go back to the Old Testament or to the New Testament, the Gospel. Wasn't Levi the father of Judas?
Judas. Yes, he was.
He was the one that actually caused the crucifixion. He talked his son into putting the ultimate test on, thinking that I would work miracles to get out of it. And as it turned out...
Okay, the first one is in Mark 2:14.
Okay.
And as he passed by, he saw Levi, the son of Alphaeus, sitting at the receipt of custom, and said unto him, Follow me. And he arose and followed him.
So Levi was getting his son to do what the Lord had told him to do. See, the Levites, they were the priests, high priests, and
Temple priests.
they, of course, studied the Talmud, Mishnah, and it was Herodians that conspired to cause the crucifixion, and they were the Essenes. They lived on the Herodian way. That's what they call them, Herodians. You're looking up in your Bible, Herodian. They thought, shall I say, Herod was going to liberate them from the Romans. That's one of the rumours they put out to justify the Essene community.
Okay. Anything else? You want to go further in there?
Oh, just go back one. Old
Back.
Testament 33,
Go back.
I think.
Old Testament.
No, just go, tab thing.
Going forward.
We'll do the other one. Control tab.
Oh, Control tab.
That's one.
Shift tab.
You get it?
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Malachi 3:3. And he sat as a refiner and purifier of silver, and he shall purify the sons of Levi, and purge them as gold and silver, that they may offer unto the Lord an offering in righteousness. And isn't that what I just said to John?
Yeah.
Rise up in righteousness. Then shall the offering of Judah and Jerusalem be pleasant unto the Lord, as in the days of old, and as in the former years. And I will come near to you to judgment, and I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers, and against the adulterers, and against false swearers, and against those that oppress the hireling in his wages, the widow and the fatherless, and that turn aside the stranger from his right, and fear not me, saith the Lord of hosts. For I am the Lord, I change not, therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. So, of course, the ones who are occupying the lump of dirt called Israel today practice all of these things. The ones that call themselves Jews and are not, saying that God has chosen them, they practice all of these things. I will be a swift witness against the sorcerers, witchcraft, magicians, wizards, all of the sorcery, satanic filth that they've been to, and against the adulterers and against false swearers. Well, of course, Talmud is all about lying and deception and adultery and promoting adultery and causing wherever they are and whatever they influence through media, Hollywood, they cause others around them to become adulterers. And against those that oppress the hireling in his wages. Well, they're renowned for not paying wages. Just ask Claudia. Working in Poland, they're working her guts out 12 hours a day.
Fiji?
And in Fiji, yes. Yep. Cents for wages, cents per hour. They can't live. It's not enough, to pay rent and have to buy food and then transportation to the job that they've got. And
But they do take them back by bus to the place where they picked up, where the thieves can
oh, yeah.
steal
Well, that's
their
in
wages.
New Guinea. Yes, that's in New Guinea.
$50
But
for
Claudia
cigarettes.
didn't have that. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. She was working for, Australian, 80 cents per hour, 12 hours a day, in Poland. Jews. Oppress the hireling in his wages, the father and the fatherless. Well, just look at how most of the governments, America is, their social welfare systems, disgusting, they're non-existent. Australia's are far better. At least here you can live if you're unable to care for yourself, but and the government does try to help.
Take it off your straw man, they're not giving it.
Well, totally, yeah.
They give you a receipt. And
Yeah,
when they
a
pay
receipt because they're dipping into
if you're
the
on
straw
welfare,
man
when
account.
they pay you, they give you a receipt, not the other way around. Because they've taken off your straw man.
Yeah, dipped into your account.
You're a security on the stock market.
And that turn aside the stranger from his right and fear me not. Well, the Jews are renowned for living in their ghettos and not even accepting help from somebody else because they're goy. They've been so brainwashed. Total abomination. Anyway, so that's what it's all about. You want to go further back or?
Yeah, whatever you like. One more. Is there any in Isaiah?
Let's see. Malachi 2:8.
Well, look up on the internet and see if you can find Levi 1:1:18, because they've suppressed it out of the Dead Sea Scrolls. So, because of what it says there, that would have floored them right now.
Okay, so look on the net. Okay.
Also says there'll be no need of the sun there. Right? He shall shine forth as the sun in the earth, and shall drive away all darkness from the world under heaven. So the nuclear fusion rate of the sun is 657 million tonnes of helium, hydrogen into helium. 2.5 million tonne is heat and light, leaving the remainder as helium. And that is how many times the word Lord is found versatile in the New Testament.
From the forgotten books of Eden, Testament of Levi. A copy of the words of Levi, the things which he ordained unto his sons according to all.
How about you put that in as 1:1:1-18?
Well, no, I've got it.
Oh,
It's here.
okay.
Yeah. Sacred text. Testament of Levi. So the third son of Jacob and Leah. The spirit of understanding of the Lord came upon me, and I saw all men corrupting their way, and that unrighteousness had built for itself walls, and lawlessness sat upon towers. And I was grieving for the race of the sons of men, and I prayed to the Lord that I might be saved. Then there fell upon me a sleep, and I beheld a high mountain, and I was upon it. And behold, the heavens were open, and an angel of God said to me, Levi, enter. And I entered from the first heaven, And I saw there a great sea hanging. And further I saw a second heaven, far brighter and more brilliant, for there was a boundless light also therein. And I said to the angel, Why is this so? And the angel said to me, Marvel not at this, for thou shalt see another heaven, more brilliant and incomparable. And when thou hast ascended thither, thou shalt stand near the Lord, and shalt be his minister, and shalt declare his mysteries to men, and shalt proclaim concerning him that shall redeem Israel. And by thee and Judah shall the Lord appear among men, saving every race of men. Of course, this is as Jesus. This is what it was accomplished as Jesus. And from the Lord's portion shall be thy life, and he shall be thy field and vineyard and fruits, gold and silver. Hear therefore regarding the heavens which have been shown to thee. The lowest is for this cause gloomy unto thee, in that it beholds all the unrighteous deeds of men. And it has fire, snow, and ice made ready for the day of judgment. Is this not what we're talking about now? Adam was saying this morning there's just ice. It's been snow. 18.
Go read 11 again.
And further I saw a second heaven, far brighter and more brilliant, for there was a boundless light also therein.
So that is Levi
1
1,
and
1, 1, 1.
Yeah.
So this has been suppressed from the Dead Sea Scroll.
Now it continues. And in the second are the hosts of the armies, which are ordained for the day of judgment, to work vengeance on the spirits of deceit and of Belial. And above them are the holy ones, and in the highest of all dwelleth the great glory, far above all holiness. In the next heaven to it are the archangels who minister and make propitiation to the Lord for all the sins of ignorance of the righteous, offering to the Lord a sweet-smelling savour, a reasonable and a bloodless offering. And in the heaven below this are the angels who bear answers to the angels of the presence of the Lord. And in the heaven next to this are thrones and dominions, in which always they offer praise to God. When therefore the Lord looketh upon us, all of us are shaken. Yea, the heavens and the earth and the abysses are shaken at the presence of his majesty. But the sons of men, having no perception of these things, sin and provoke the Most High. Now, the agenda of the New Age, the New World Order, Lady Gaga and whatever religion it is it Gaia?
No idea.
No, I'm not asking you, babe. Anybody else there offer she's Mother, is she Mother Gaga or Mother Gaia?
What about when it was in Nimbin?
Oh, goddess. Oh my goodness. All right.
We was invited to go to the radio station.
Yeah.
And we got a hash cookie. And for the first time, Ash ate a quarter of it. Now, normally you take one bite. You don't eat a bloody quarter of it.
Well, I didn't even eat a quarter. I think
that's right. You're only supposed to take a bite.
Well.
So anyhow, you can't say a word when we're on radio, right? You're sitting there, mute.
Mute, absolutely. I knew what was being said.
Being interviewed by a guy named Michael
Boulderstone.
Like Boulderstone.
Yeah.
And there's this other strange looking fellow there, and I thought he was part of the program.
Well, he was. It was
his program. He worked there. You know,
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So we're sitting there, and this guy's making comments which nothing made any sense to me what he's talking about. So I was just talking to Michael about how we'd come over to stop the H1N1 flu. We went up to Uraduma, and where there was supposed to be a reported death, and when we got there, ASIO had taken over.
Yeah.
And they did keep the bottles of silver water for themselves.
Yeah.
So as it turned out, an angel had said that the day before he had been up there and had a tyre problem, and the old lady had been there for 30 years, the only white woman of black territory, Uraduma, and to say thanks.
To Brenda.
Yeah. So when we get there, there's this great big fat turd and his wife digging in, federal coppers or ASIO probably. And they say, oh no, we've been here for a long time.
18
old lady.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is the radio, and then Yah was talking about all kinds of things, you know, what we've done in Fiji and AIDS and all. Well, in the meantime, this local...
I just did a mini launch as much as I can remember you told me to say.
I didn't tell him anything, I couldn't speak. But I'd read the program before we got there, and I knew that this guy...
You didn't tell me.
No, I didn't tell you. By the time I couldn't speak, but I just knew that this guy was one who channeled...
Can you point to the program?
Goddess. And so I'm sitting there mute, hearing everything that's going on, and this idiot is channeling these... Now, this is a man, for goodness sake, channeling these female... He was a handsome man, but channeling these female nuances aimed at you. Oh, Yahweh, you always were a grumpy old man kind of thing. Now, all right, first of all, you know, and Yah didn't hear them, didn't understand what he was saying, so he just kept talking. He just ignored him like this. In the meantime, I'm mute. My God. If I'd have launched right there and then, it would have been on for young and old, you know, the war of the goddesses, whatever. But I wasn't allowed to, I couldn't speak, but it was amusing to everybody who heard it.
Lucifer is the female.
Yes, yeah. And...
that's who Cain married.
Yeah. So, anyway...
Giants in those days, you know.
Anyway,
Cain was a monster, about 22 feet high.
So we're at the judgment, the consummation of all, and the judgment now. So we've screamed down through history to be here now, having judged the world, forgiven mankind for their ignorance. That's what the cross is all about. Otherwise you'd all be dead meat. However, the ones that are dead meat are the Jews who call themselves Jews and are not. They are not forgiven. So this is why the sons and daughters of God, father and mother, must rise up in the righteousness of God and overturn what the sons and daughters of the devil have wrought upon the earth, which is hell, upon not only your own lives, but the lives of your children. Everything can be reversed, but that's what must happen. And then there will be peace upon the earth. All darkness will be driven away from the earth because of our presence, Yahweh's presence, our presence. And then it's up to you how long we get to hang around.
Yeah, what did Donnie Gilson say?
Donnie, no, he's having us on Sunday.
Go back to when he said he had a dream.
Oh yeah, Donnie had a dream months ago now. As you know, he left Reno and all the rest of it, and we'd told him from the beginning, the first word out of Vicky's mouth, that she was a demon. She was of the devil. And then later he had us on a couple of times, as you know. We told him, I typed to him that the stars above, right where you are right now at this point in time, say that you're in a prison. You are not free, you are in a prison. Well, that just resonated with it, and he was. He was in a prison, and Vicky was his jailer. So he had a dream once he got away from her, got out to the coast. He had a dream, and in the dream he let us know that he was on a dock with Yah, and they were fishing, and it was in Australia. And Yah says to him, you know, I was right, Donnie. And Donnie says, yes, you were right. So he was not only right about Vicky, of course, but right about everything. So Donnie's having us on.
Yeah, but what did he say in the last communication?
Oh, the last communication.
Did he talk to somebody today and said what did God look like?
No, that was John, and I just read it out.
No, all right. What did Donnie say then?
Donnie just said, are we ready for...
Didn't he say he could leave now?
Well, no, he didn't say that. He didn't ever say he didn't. It's just that he changed the date from last week to the 23rd and all this kind of stuff. In the meantime, I'm launching upon America and the evil. No, God hates evil. That's what it boils down to. He doesn't
lie.
Yeah, the evil that's being perpetuated. He doesn't. Oh, that's what I was getting to. What the New World Order and the New Age has for you is the free love, meaning you love everybody, don't say a word against, this is out of Lady Gaga's mouth, you will not be allowed to say anything against what it is that other people are doing. Immorality, in other words. Free love. Well, free love leads to death. So God is here to whip everybody into shape. No free love, no free will. It got you, into the darkness, gross darkness that covers the earth. You have to have the standard. Well, it's his standard. And it's also the universal law. You cannot escape it. You reap what you sow. And anything against the universal law, which was the perfection of his creation from the beginning and the order of the creation, simply you reap what you sow when you break that law, and you do not escape the consequences. So, in bringing peace to all of the earth, it's about establishing the kingdom of God upon the earth, because God is upon the earth, and it really is about overturning everything that offends God. Not man, but God. He made the rules in the first place. He created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. So, to the homosexuals who have been forgiven, your ways will need to be mended, re-educated, get the help that you need, whatever. You will be not permitted to practice homosexuality or think that way. The same goes for any other immoral practice.
Death, that's all.
Yes.
The angel will take you.
Exactly. The angels are still there. They are ready to take out anybody who tries to buck the Creator.
Now,
so, that's the warning.
All the soldiers in America,
must come home.
They must come home.
Lay down their weapons. This is the
all
time.
Become conscientious objectors.
Right. This is the time when all the weapons of war become the plowshares. Come back, take over your farmlands that the banks have stolen from you. The banksters have stolen from you, and start growing food for your families and your neighbours. Take back what the enemy has stolen from you. And what else?
I have another new magnetic motor for you that gives you high speed and power.
Yeah.
Or low speed and power. That's the problem. And anyone can make it. You don't have to be a scientist.
Did we cover all the filth and pornography? Horror movies? Sorry, no horror movies coming out of Hollywood. Nowhere.
Well, just remind the parents out there that their children online playing these kill games.
Oh, the drones.
You have to see it to believe it. So they are controlling the drones that actually do kill people in Pakistan. The Americans don't even, or the Pakistanis for the most part, don't even know what America is. No,
they knew nothing about America until 2004. The drones started coming in and killing randomly, and they're supposed to be hunting down terrorists and all the rest. Give us a break. The only terrorists have been the American government and the Pentagon. So, we keep hearing about the white hats and the Pentagon. You guys better be standing up and taking over now, bringing the boys back home and doing what is right. Otherwise, you're going the way of the Jews. There is... Your angels are...
That enterprise, that's got to be brought back to them.
Yeah, all of them. All of them. Move out.
Not decommissioned. You've got to paint it and put Yahweh on the side of it.
Yeah, there you go. Be a floating
medical
museum.
centre to go around the world, help everybody.
Yeah.
Our protocol.
There we go. Yeah. So all of these things, let the righteousness of God within you...
Muslims must release their women from bondage of religion. No man can tell a woman what to do. That's it. Simple. They can't tell her what to wear. Cannot criticise her. She is totally free. And they don't have to recite the bloody Quran.
Oh, for goodness sake.
That got you here. That's it. Game over. Finish. Take the good bits in it. Keep that.
Yeah. It's all about freedom.
Do the same with all religions. Take all the good, put it together, and you got yourself a nice religion. if you want a religion. But love is religion, right?
It's love of God, which of course is yourselves, and each other. 2 commandments. They're the ones that Jesus gave, just those two. And when you love God and when you love each other, then you don't go doing anything that you wouldn't do to yourself or to God.
Or to your baby.
Or to your baby, exactly. So, freedom. All good.
Is it?
But the rod of iron, I think angels on standby. Okay? Did I drive that home?
Now the 84600 height
Yes.
was the age I was when I was in Port Alberni and Tracy was conceived and the planet Jupiter was over the head for 888 minutes. I just want to put that in. Can't help yourself. What is that? Let's close that. Get rid of this. They're all gone. They're all gone. Close it. Oh, that's the number.
Right.
Sleep in heaven. Fracking? I was going to put more on there, I didn't. Just in case it's trying to replace an old one. Copy, mate.
Oh, pardon me.
Thank you very much.
Might have one of them too.
Oh, no, do you hear what I hear then?
Papa?
Oh, absolutely. No way to go.
He shall shine forth as the sun in the earth, and shall drive away all darkness from the world, and in heaven there shall be peace in all the earth.
And he shall be magnified in the world until his gentleness. He shall shine forth as the sun in the earth. The sun in the earth.
Yes, that's right.
And shall drive away all darkness from the world under heaven. And there shall be peace in all the earth. This is another one. This is science. The research team, which includes nearly 40 physicists, reported that the Milagro, positioned at an altitude of 8,600 feet in the Jemez Mountains, detected a signal along the galactic equator region and interpreted it as with arising from gamma rays from within. Now, That's red. What the hell is it? Right. Oh, I'll open. What number is that?
Save.
Oh, there's a bit. Now,
Sure. Oh my gosh. He shall shine forth as the sun in the earth, and shall drive away all darkness from the world under heaven, and there shall be peace in all the earth. He shall be magnified in the world until his ascension.
that's right, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. Alright.
Before. Second, that's it.
No, that's the one that's just I printed that one. I had it with a small B at the front because I didn't look at the capital.
Okay. Small e.
Be the same number, but opening file. It's the same one. So this one. So now it's different. I didn't save it like that. See the D-E-A-D.
Yeah.
I then changed it. We should have another one identical to that.
Is this in your archives, is it?
I've saved them. Yeah, as I downloaded them. And it was one of those ones I was having difficulty downloading.
Right.
So I thought, so that's why I've got this new one to